Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This infringement of copyright is called fair use, and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news, reporting, teaching, and parody. This means you! Interestingly enough, Rebel Taxi made a review on my life as a teenager about a day after I decided I wanted to break away from animated angels relating to remakes. Just a coincidence, but I found it funny. Now that short pointlessness is out of the way, let's get into the episode I wanted to review. Now with curtains, because fuck you, Viacom. It starts with Brett singing a song that apparently is a one-hit wonder from 6 years ago. From a song standpoint, the lyrics he sings sounds like a novelty song that would be popular, which, props for them for that. Anyway, Brett asks if Ginny remembers the song, and Ginny says she's too young to remember, because she was only made 5 years ago. The principal hears this and decides to enroll her into kindergarten, which, of course, she thinks is a mistake because, after all, she's a teenage robot, and of course she explains this to the teacher, who writes it off as a kid being cute. The lesson starts and Ginny is consistently ignored as littler kids get called on to do really basic English skills until she blows up in a fit of words as like reading off the dictionary. To be fair, Gerald is a really slow kid. It does drag out and it's incredibly annoying. But Ginny doesn't get rewarded for being rude, in fact she gets scolded. They then play pretend, and Ginny doesn't get picked to play the robot. We then get a stupid musical number that was literally not called for, and Ginny basically says what we're all thinking at this point, that this is absolutely stupid, which gives her a timeout until recess comes along. Can I just say how annoying this has been so far to review? Not only is the audio in this episode nearly consistent, but it's some of the most grating shit I ever had to listen to. The kids in this episode are annoying, shrill, and anti-entertainment in general, but that causes me to be disinterested. And while sure, it's not an utter barrage of audio like, say, Bubsy was, this is still annoying to cover. I do bring this up, though, because these next bit of seconds are possibly the best ones of the episode. Ginny walks onto the playground and the kids go silent, watching Ginny. As she continues walking, a kid throws a ball at Ginny, hitting her in the head, and that's when the obnoxious Drek returns. She keeps trying to join the kids on the playground, and they keep calling her stupid and hitting her in the back of the head. She walks up to Gerald, who's playing in the mud, and Ginny doesn't seem too happy about being neglected, but Gerald is happy to let her join until she gets hit with another ball, which causes Ginny to get more angry than before and throw the ball in a way that allows cartoon logic to do its thing and knock out every kid on the playground. Finally. The teacher tried getting on Ginny's case about brutally pummeling children, instead of getting on the children for doing what they did to actually cause that. Double standards much, teacher. But the episode ends with the kids now looking up to Ginny, and Ginny getting taken out of kindergarten despite not wanting to. I really hate this episode. The story is barely written at all, making it seem more like an episode out of Teen Titans Go, as it's just one constant joke after another, with really barely any substance to what's going on. The premise I have seen work before, but it really wasn't something a show like My Life as a Teenage Robot can really pull off, as Ginny is already too immature at times for her own good, and surrounding her with kids that are 2 times worse doesn't help the matter at all. And then there's my biggest issue, the teacher. The teacher is the root of most of these problems, because in a story perspective she has a total double standard against Ginny, which puts Ginny into positions where the only thing she can do is defend herself, which is a damned if she do, damned if she don't situation, which once again is an issue entirely on its own, because it makes it really tedious to watch and not at all enjoyable in the slightest. You can't just tack on a halfway tolerable ending and call it a halfway decent episode. Sorry, that's not how it works when your episode is this abysmal. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, there's a link below to a Facebook page that you guys can follow. Take care.